All right. Now let us say hello to one of the nicest and greatest fighters in the history of mixed martial arts. Of course, you know him. He is the former UFC heavyweight champion, the one and only Junior dos Santos, kind enough to join us today. Junior, it's great to see you and your famous smile. Unfortunately, we found out a couple of weeks ago that you have parted ways with the UFC. So I'll just ask you a very simple question to start. How are you doing since this news came out?
I'm doing fine, Ariel. Good to be talking with you again. Always nice. And yeah, I'm doing fine actually. It wasn't a good news for me, of course. I had for me, I feel like I had so much to do still in the company, especially the rematch. Because things weren't working very well in my last fights. But I understand that they have to run the business the best they can, whatever they have to do to get better results, or whatever they believe it's going to be good for them. That's what they have to go with. So yeah, I think it's we have to absorb that and move forward, of course.
How did you find out?
um Actually, I had a little talk with a hunter before, and then we were kind of discussing the moment and things, and then they released that, for the media, as always. They released that for the media first, even yeah, and then I realized that was happening, and yeah, but that was good to talk a little bit with Hunter. He was kind of he was giving me the a little attention. Like with Dana as an example, there's years I don't talk to him. So it was kind of good to have someone at least reaching out and trying to understand a little bit of what's going on.
Hmm. So he called you, Hunter Campbell called you to let you know that they were doing this or that they were considering doing this?
Yeah, they were doing this. Yeah, they
Okay.
were. Yeah, because of course the moment and everything that I was leaving the company. They realized, or I don't know. He said they had a voting section,
Wow.
and the majority voted for me to to take me away from the company, or like to release me from my contract. So that's what he told me.
Since the news has come out, it's been a couple of weeks now. Have you heard from Dana White?
No, actually, I didn't. Like I said, there's years I don't talk to him. He doesn't. I saw that he was saying something about. He did an interview, kind of explaining what was going on, and that why they released me. And he was saying, talking about the age or something. So I had to laugh on that one, because that was just funny. Sometimes, Dana White, he say some things that looks more as a MMA fan than the president of the biggest MMA organization in the world. It doesn't make any sense. Actually, I can tell you, I'm probably I'm in the best shape ever, man. I'm feeling great. Training is going good. The problems that I'm having, right now on the fight week, and especially inside the octagon, are way far from aging, or way far from any other things. I've been learning with my life has changing a lot. So I've been learning how to deal with everything, around me, and it's kind of being a different moment, not a strange, not a hard moment, but just a different moment. And like I said, I can tell you, actually the people who trains with me, who's around me and who knows me very well, they know that I'm feeling great. I'm training good, and probably in the best shape, because I'm smarter now, more experienced. So I'm probably in the best shape of my life.
You know, when you fought Ciryl Gane in December, I know you were very upset about the fight, and we'll get to the fight in a moment. But I'm just curious, when you left the cage, when you left the arena, the Apex that night, was there any thought in your mind that this could be your last fight in the UFC?
Yes, actually, no, not that time, but I was thinking about the bad moment. I was coming from three losses, and I said, my gosh, this is, I need to win, of course, and I know I can. I know, I can beat all these guys. So let's go there and do the best I can. But when I left the arena, I wasn't really thinking. I was just very upset in all the situation that the how the fight ended, was going through my mind, and I was kind of very that was bothering me a lot.
Mm. Okay, so speaking of which, I mean, in the cage, it was very clear that you thought that he hit you behind the head, which would be illegal. And my understanding is, after that, around a month or so later, you and your team actually filed an appeal to the Nevada State Athletic Commission, correct?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we have the videos and pictures actually of the fighting. There's many. It's kind of crazy, but the thing is the rules are made to be enforced, so the athletic commission, they have to do that. I As soon as he won the fight, I didn't really know. I was kind of dizzy, on the floor, and then I was watching the big screen, and I saw he was trying to elbow me on the back of the head. I said, that wasn't the back of the head. Then I went there, kind of I don't know if that was kind of stupid, but that was my reaction at the time. I was, oh, look at that, man! You elbowed me on the back. I was even telling him and his team and all the guys, the referee as well. You hit me on the back of the head, and I wasn't, because we got a little concussion at the moment. So I was looking at that, and I told him, I told the referee, I told everybody. But then the athletic commission the referees, they came to the my locker room, and they said, no, that was the way we see that was a legal blow, because necked on the ear. Mm. I said, okay. Then at the moment, I wasn't looking to the fight. I said, okay. But then we were investigating and studying a little more of the fighting and watching the video. It doesn't make any sense. The elbow, which is this wasn't my ear, maybe, but the elbow, which is this part, was completely on the back of my head. So then I was kind of feeling like, man, all these years, I'm going to tell what I was feeling right now. All these years I've been, part of a battalion, I was a soldier of a troop fighting for MMA, fighting for our cause, for our sport to be recognized, to be respected. So I was part of this battalion, and the way things happen right now, even with the comments of some like many fighters, they were kind of agreeing with that, with the decision that they had, and saying, even some guys, even commentators, they were saying that I turned my back to him, and that's why he elbowed me on the back of the head. So I was feeling so bad about that, and because I was part of this battalion, my feeling was like I was a injured soldier that was left behind on the battlefield, because to die or to whatever, he was shot or something, and they left me there because everybody was kind of going again. Even Dana White, he was saying that I turned my back to that thing. It's like saying the victim was the cause of the accident or whatever. So I felt very bad about that, and especially hearing all these guys around, saying the same thing. And for us, it's so clear, for me and for all my team, all the people around me, and everybody who sees our appeal. It's so clear that it was a illegal elbow, and for some reason, they are not understanding this way.
And so what did Nevada say when you guys appealed?
Yeah, they said it was kind of the same thing. Anna is working on that, my attorney, she's kind of working on that. And of course, we're going to reinforce that, go again, trying to make our point clear, because there's no other understanding, man. Just if you want to impose something, and like I said, the rules are made to be enforced as much as they can, the best they can, So I think it's not just important for me or for my case, it's for the whole sport. And like I said, there's some guys, some even fighters, saying, most part of them, they agree with me, but some of guys, I don't know why, they say that they are right. Some of, like, all these guys, they are right because I turned my back to him or something, Then on the video and on the pictures, you can see clear that even he was kind of even turning me around. He knew he would hit me on the back of the head, and he still did that, So we have all this footage, these things, and we are working hard, not just, like I said, not just for me, but for just the whole sport in general. Because, man, even these guys, they're agreeing with that. Today, it's me. It's it's fine. It's all good for you. But tomorrow, it can be you. It can be the guy who's agreeing with that. So then I want to see what's gonna happen. So that's why we have to fight for make the sport better, and the rules that the athletic commission need to enforce the rules very, very strongly.
Mm-hmm. So you are continuing to fight this. You want it to be overturned to a no contest, right?
Look, at the beginning, Ariel, at the beginning, I said, man, okay, I'm gonna spend my time, I'm gonna spend my money, I'm gonna spend many things for just to turn the result for a no contest fight. So I said, it's not worth it. I don't, let it go. But then I was kind of thinking and understanding, the gravity of this situation, and how, and if nobody does anything, it's going to just happen again and happen again. It already happened in the past, and it was all fine because, the guy who lost the fight there, nobody gives him attention. So normally, I'm glad to be talking to you today, but normally, that nobody gives him attention, and it's a problem because whatever happens in a wrong way, it needs to be corrected, and this was the case. It's so clear. If you watch the video, if you see the pictures, it's so clear, man, that you cannot have other understanding on that.
I've seen the appeal, and it is one of the most thorough appeals that I've ever seen. You guys have provided Nevada with a ton of pictures and footage and angles. And so I know historically they don't like to change their mind when it comes to these things, but I do think it is important that you go through the process. So I wish you luck with that, and I hope that it works out in your favor. How much would it bother you, Junior, if your final moments in the UFC octagon are that fight and it ending that way, if you don't get another chance to fight in the UFC? Do you think that this is something that will bother you for the rest of your life?
No way. It's it's the way I understand the UFC, like, it already happened. There's nothing I can do anymore, actually, or I can do, or they can do, whatever, it's not for that. I'm not fighting on this cause because to go back to the UFC or to whatever. It's not for that. It's for the sport in general. I mean, I I can say that I'm glad, all the attention that I received from people. Now we are having some good discussion, some good talking with some promotions, and there's great opportunities over there, and I'm excited about it. And like I said, I'm in a great shape. I'm working on the problems that I'm having. I think it takes time. It's not like this to resolve things, and it's not just as simple as we think. We have to work on that, but I'm doing my best, to be strong and move forward, for a next challenge. The UFC, I understand the UFC right now, it's in the past.
So you want to continue fighting?
Yes, I feel like I'm telling you, I was thinking, maybe I should do something else right now, move forward or something. But I said, man, I'm 37 years old. I feel great. I train great. I go hard against any guy on the gym or, whatever. And we have great guys, at the gym. So I said, man, I cannot stop now. And that's what I love to do. I love to be a fighter. I love to be Junior dos Santos. I love to be who I am. So my intention is to keep fighting. Of course, we have even conversations. We were kind of even discussing opportunity on boxing. And everybody wants to fight boxing now. I am a boxing guy. So it would be great, to have this kind of opportunity there as well. But like I said, we are understanding the scenario and trying to do the best decision.
Are you close to signing with anyone, or right now you're just kind of listening and talking to people?
We are talking. Yeah,
okay.
We are talking. Like I have the people around me, and they, the first thing that they told me, and I was feeling like that too. Take some time for me, for my family, to let the dust settle, and then we move forward, just to make sure we are having the right decision. Because I don't want to, every time when I lost a fight, some of the fights, the Ngannou, with opportunity I would have with Ngannou, I was closing the fight as soon as I lost to Stipe Miocic, I think. I was closing the fight in the locker room. They said, we have maybe this fight with Ngannou this day. I was like, okay, that's what. No, and I said, the guys, they said, no, it's not time to discuss about that. I said, no, that's what I want. I need a next goal. I need to move forward. I need something, to be my goal. So every time when I had this negative results, I want to fight. I want to have a next goal right away. I don't even take time to think about it. So right now I'm doing different. I'm taking some time, like I said, letting the dust settle, so then I can take a good view on everything and move forward.
Your last victory was 2 years ago last week, March 9th, 2019, when you defeated Derek Lewis. And since then, unfortunately, you've lost 4 in a row. Prior to that, you never lost 2 in a row in your career. And so I'm just wondering, as a competitor, like mentally, how are you dealing with this? The search for that next victory, to get that feeling again, the 4 straight losses. How is it sitting with you?
Yeah, actually, Ariel, it's a hard moment, a hard situation to deal with, but I've been understanding. I understand. There is much more on the outside of fighting than on real fighting, so that we have to keep a good balance on everything. So like I said, my life has changing a lot, and I can tell you, I'm very happy right now. I live a good life. I have my beautiful family. I'm a happy man. But sometimes we leave a lack of attention on some things, and I think I was having this lack of attention a little bit on my career itself. So but I understand the problem working on this right now, especially on the psychological side, which is the hardest part, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I really believe, I still have a lot to show for everybody. And I know many people, like supporters, that I appreciate a lot, that they have been rooting for me for this whole time, and they also sending good messages and saying that they cannot wait to see me fighting again. And also, I don't know, but I feel without leaving, maybe because leaving the UFC, or also trying to having this propositions and opportunities coming to me, it feels good. If I'm excited about it, I feel like I rejuvenate some years. So yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to be fighting again and to be giving my best, for all the Cigano supporters.
Speaking of the mental side of things, are you working with, I know some fighters have worked with sports psychologists to help them get over that. Are you doing that sort of thing?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, I've been working with a great doctor, and we are going deep on some things, that, man, it's sometimes we just push things away and move forward.
Mm-hmm.
We don't resolve them. And that's a problem, because they become a weight on your back. Mm-hmm. So you have to resolve things. You have to understand things. You have to leave. Actually, sometimes when you have a trauma or something, that it is bothering you too much, you cannot just forget about it, but you have many other ways to understanding that. So that's what I've been working very hard, with a doctor, and that's why I'm feeling good. I feel that it's all there. I understand. I've been understanding myself much better, and that's why I'm excited, and that's why I'm talking here to you. And man, I'm very thankful for everything what I did in my life. And of course, what happened with the UFC right now with my last fight was very unfortunate. It was strange, especially, like I said, I felt like a soldier, injured soldier left in the battlefield to die or to whatever, But yeah, there's always a tomorrow, man. I'm coming back.
I know that you said that you are in great spirits, that you're in great shape. But are you or your family at all concerned? You know the story of the fight game and the fighter, multiple knockouts. The last 4 have ended with a finish in the first or second round. Are you worried about, the long-term effects of the damage that you have taken over the last 4 fights?
No, I'm not. I actually did some exams, because I had the concussion. So every time after I have the concussion, I go to the doctor and I do some tests. I do some things to see if everything is fine. Everything looks good, thank God. And that's that's the beauty of MMA, because there is no protection counting. There's no, like in boxing. Boxing, yeah. It happens a lot. Why? They open and they stop the fight, they count to 10, the guy go back to the fight and take more hits on the head. Mm-hmm. In the UFC, it's not like that. In the UFC, no, it's I'm used to say that. But in the MMA, it's not like that. Once you feel the punch, you feel the strike, and you go down, your opponent is going to enjoy the moment to finish the fight. Mm-hmm. So they keep throwing punches and things, and the referee stop the fight. I think that protects a lot, the fighter. But the thing that we need to pay very much attention is on the illegal blows, like I suffered on my last fight. That's something that could cause a very hard trauma. It wasn't a punch; it was an elbow right on the back of my head. There's a reason why blows to the back of the head are illegal. And man, I posted a little video about this boxing guys, especially the boxing guys, because it's more common to see. Man, that's hard. I was scared a little bit, but thank God after I did the exams, and I talked to the doctor, and he said no, it's all fine now. And also it takes time sometimes to show the problems on yourself. That's what he said. But for right now, I'm all fine. I'm all good, and I'm not concerned with that. It wasn't. I had that concussion in that moment, but it was kind of fast, and I feel good.
My understanding is that you had 5 fights left on your UFC contract. Do you feel like that's something that should change? You signed these long-term deals, but essentially they can cut you after one loss. So what are you really signing up for? Do you feel like that should change in this sport? These not the long-term deals, but so that there's a little more protection that if you do sign a long-term deal, that you'll at least get to finish out the deal.
Of course. It's man, the UFC contract, if you read it, you don't sign it. It's everything for them. It's kind of crazy. Of course, it's the best organization in the world, and everything what they did for the sport is just amazing. But of course, there's a lot of people working, hard in the UFC to make the sport grow. But they have to remember who makes the show it's us. It's without us, there's no show over there. Sometimes people they don't really understand about fighting. If you put 2 guys hitting each other in the face, that's all good, for them. But it's the athlete, it's the athletes, the fighters who really makes the show. So, I think they should change that. They should have some better rules, maybe as it is on boxing, that you can negotiate each fight. When you're relevant enough, you can negotiate your fight, and because in the UFC you already know what you're gonna be making in terms of money for your. Like I said, I signed my 8 fights. I already knew what was gonna happen in my 8 fights. Being a UFC fighter, so I think should be better rules. To make this thing more fair to everybody, even to the athletes. Like you said, right now they don't. It's only on them. We want you, we don't want you, and we signed this, but now we're going to release you, and there is no penalty. There is nothing. They don't give you anything. Like many people think, UFC pay you a monthly salary, or when they release you, they have to pay you a certain amount because of this. Because I said, no way, we just make money when we fight. If you're not fighting, like I was already injured for a year, more than a year, and I couldn't fight. When USADA caught me, they took me away from because they caught that traits of diuretic on my body. They took me 1 year. I was paying the test. I was doing at my best, but they took me 1 year out, and I wasn't making, not just me, everybody, nobody can make money if they are away from fighting, So, I think there's many things we can get better. And I'm very excited, like I said, and if I can help the sport, my intention is to continue being part of that battalion, a soldier for that troop, to make the sport better, to make everything more nice for everybody.
2 last things, Junior. I really appreciate the time and your honesty. I know you said you're talking to people right now, you're taking some time off, but in a perfect world, when would you like to return? Do you want to take the whole year off? Do you want to come back in the summer, in the fall? Have you thought about that yet?
Yeah. I was thinking about that, discussion about that actually with my team. And I don't, right. As soon as I decide, it's time for us to go back. I don't have a time, but it can be even tomorrow. I'm feeling great. Like I said, But as soon as I decide, okay, it's time for us to have this goal and let's work for this. So I need 3 months to get prepared for a fight.
Okay.
So I'm training. I still training, keep myself in shape because that's what like I said, that's my lifestyle. That's what I love to do. And as soon as I make a deal or a new deal or something, I need 3 months or 2 months and a half, to get ready for my next fight or something. I've been, like I said, working on the things that I need to work, and also my team is supporting me, and it's very important for us.
Because my understanding is that was part of the issue, right? Didn't they offer you a short notice fight against Ciryl Gane, and you said that you couldn't do it, and then that's why they said, all right, we're going to part ways, essentially?
Against who? Against Ciryl?
Against Asker.
No. Right now, they actually, against Ciryl Gane, it was like this. They came, it was 6 weeks or something. I was in Brazil, and then I wasn't really training, and they offered me the fight. They said, okay, they offered me, you're going to fight in December 6th, December 6th, I think it was, with Ciryl Gane. I said, give me, okay, I'll fight him, but put the fight for January, please. Because, I'll have enough time to get prepared. So then they already told me that, no, we need you to get this fight now, because, if you don't get, it's going to be, we were thinking about releasing you from the contract and things. I said, man, you're not giving me, it's not enough. You're not asking me. You're saying that, right. I have to fight this day, even if I can or not. So then I said yes. I went to the fight. I cannot complain. I was ready. I trained good. I have a good body memory. I get in shape very fast, but I was ready. But it wasn't the necessary time for a real fight, especially against a tough guy like him. So I went to the fight, and it happened the way it happened. So then right now before they released me, I was on the conversation with Hunter. Before the conversation with Hunter, they offered me to get the fight with Tibura. Right now,
Marcin Tibura. Okay. Yep.
27th.
Yeah.
I said, man, it's right now. I came from a concussion. With Ciryl Gane, the same. I was coming from my concussion and thinking, give me some time, so then I can get prepared for the fight. I want the fight, but not right now. So then they finally decide, to release it. So what it sounds for me. It's like dictatorship. You have to follow whatever they want. If you don't, you go away. And here I am. I went away, but like I told you, I'm very excited about this new chapter. And the most important thing is I love what I do. I love to be who I am, and I can't wait to be fighting again.
Last thing, Junior, when you look back at your time in the UFC, when were you the happiest? What's your happiest moment in the UFC?
All these years in the UFC I was very, very happy. Like I separate like two really, really important moments among so many amazing moments. There's two that I consider the best moments in my life. Of course, when I won the championship was the fight we were having, and including of the UFC, the UFC staff they were working hard. Was the first show on Fox TV, and also in global in Brazil. Open TV. There's millions and millions of people watching. And I was there, and I won the fight. That was just amazing. And I felt I was so glad. So happy about what everything was going through my career. And the other moment that I stay in doubt which one is my favorite, is my debut in the UFC. My debut was so amazing because I was, I used to I was admiring my opponent Verdun, that one who was a Brazilian guy who was on Pride Championship, who was fighting. I was a fan as a MMA fan. I was watching the fights, so I was very nervous. I was very nervous for the fight, and the way I was able to make it happen. Nobody was believing me. Everybody was saying like bad comments about it. Junior has no chance, especially in Brazil. Junior has no chance. He shouldn't be debuting in the UFC right now, and especially against this guy. He shouldn't be doing that. So it was so magical that when I knocked him out. And one of the things that I remember very well when I was coming out of the cage, Greg, he's not in the UFC anymore, but Greg, he was on the down part over there. So I was going through him, and he said, "Welcome aboard." I still remember that. That was so amazing. I felt part of the biggest show in the world.
Unbelievable moment. October 2008, UFC 90, you versus Fabricio Verdum. I'll never forget your celebration. You were so happy. You had a little bit of hair on top of your head. And what a run it was for you to start. And then, of course, beating Cain Velasquez in November of 2011 in Anaheim on that first Fox show. Like I said, you're a credit to this sport, Junior, one of the nicest human beings that I've ever met. And I'm happy to hear that you will continue. I'm happy that no hard feelings. You're going to keep going with a smile like you always do. And I wish you nothing but the best. Good luck with the appeal. Good luck with that fight. And then good luck as you continue your career outside the UFC. And thank you as always for the time.
Thank you, Ariel. Always amazing to be talking with you, to have and thank you for allowing me to have your space and to talk with you. It's very important for me right now. And let's move forward. A big hug for everybody who's supporting me, and wait for news. They are coming.
Thank you, Junior.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.